up, fam? Welcome back, guys. Today is October 25th. I thought I got paid today, but I didn't. So who knows when I'll get paid now. But anyways, guys, I wanted to tell you a story that I've never, ever, ever, ever told you guys, okay? So, I don't think I've ever told you this story, have I? No, I don't think I have. Okay, guys, so this goes back to when we were on the farm. I think I was like... I had to be like 9. No, I had to be like 10 or 11, right? And my brother had to be like 5 or 6. I don't know, because there's like a 5-year difference, so I don't even know how old he was. He wasn't like that far behind me, right? So we lived on a farm acre. We lived on a 5-acre farm. It was like, it was a mini farm. We had goats, chickens, ducks, sheep. Next door they had horses. We didn't have pigs. We had a pond full of fish. We had sheep. We had chickens. We had a turkey, 2 turkeys, 3 turkeys actually. We rescued animals. There was a big nursery behind us where rescued animals, but we always rescued animals. I mean, there were so many times me and my brother would wake up and my mom would be rescuing some animal in the family room and be like nursing it back together. And if it was like squirrels, rabbits, cats, dogs, gerbils, I mean, it didn't matter what it was. The only thing that she didn't do any dangerous animals around us. Like she wouldn't do snakes. She didn't do nothing poisonous, but it was like all the cuttable animals she nursed back to life. Like my mom was always like, almost like Mary Poppins to me when I was a little kid, certain moments were. But anyways, so let me tell you guys this story. So I'll never forget this ever, guys. Let me put some lotion on because I hate looking ashy on camera. I hate it. Because I feel like people take screenshots. Like if I was super famous, there would probably be a lot of screenshots of my ashy face and my ashy hands. Oh my gosh. People used to say so when I used to first do videos. His hands are so ashy. His lips are so chapped. He just looks like a fat slob. Like, okay, and? Like, I don't see you in front of a camera with all your insecurities. Like, shut the heck up. Okay, anyways. So, you know me. I don't have a filter. That's why I want my own reality show or my own talk show or something like that. But anyways. So I'll never forget. So, I remember my mom was... I don't know, she was getting ready to go somewhere or she was doing something or it was nap time or whatever it was, right? And she would let us play outside and her room was upstairs so she could hear us. Like she would keep the window open so she could hear us. Like she wasn't so controlling. We just weren't allowed to leave the property. Like our property was pretty big. We just weren't allowed to leave it. And then like neighbors knew neighbors and they would call my mom if something happened, right? So anyways, I remember this day very, 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 very good. I'll never forget. So I was inside watching, we had the Christian cable satellite thing, whatever, right? So we were watching Max and they had not Max, it was called PBS or something. It sounded like Max actually. And we were watching like Little House on the Prairie, Seven Heaven. What else were we watching? Touched by Angel. There was a bunch of other shows that were on, right? All these Christian shows. And there was a lot. There was like the Waltons. There was like Family Matters. There was all these old shows, right? Never Sabrina, none of those shows because they thought it was wicked or whatever. But anyways, we would watch all these VeggieTales. We watched a lot of VeggieTales growing up. So anyways, we were watching VeggieTales. My brother went outside. I was like, what is he doing? So he went in our garage and he had matches, like a pack of matches. And he was trying to light it on the trash can. And I'm like, bro, what the hell are you doing? Like, no. I said, go to the barn and light the matches or something. Not thinking, hello, Matthew, you're stupid. So he goes to the barn. And he lights the match, right? And I'm on the side of the house that looks straight at the barn, right? I'm on the side of the garage, actually. It looks on the barn. He comes screaming out, it's burning, it's burning, it's burning. I'm like, what's burning, what's burning? So I run to the barn. It's up in flames because we just got a new batch of straw. Straw is like this grassy stuff that the goats and the sheep eat, right? So we just got this new batch of straw. And so I'm like trying to blow it out. I'm trying to like put stuff on it. I'm trying to like spray water on it. I'm trying to do like all this stuff because it's not that big. But now that I think about it, I should have took the bale of straw and threw it in the pond so then it would have just went out. But I wasn't thinking, or threw sand on it or something. So it got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So then finally I like grabbed him and then we ran and we had an old minivan parked in front of the barn that we came from Virginia over. It was like a 70 Chrysler van, whatever it was. It's old. They don't have them anymore. But it was one of the first Chryslers van, and it was blue. So then we ran to my mom and told her, Mom, the barn is burning, the barn is burning. And then she was like, No. We went to the window and we were screaming, and then she looked over. She could see it. She runs downstairs. She tells my sister to call 911. My sister calls 911. She runs over trying to see what she could do. By this time, the barn door is like up in flames, like smoke is going everywhere. You can see it everywhere, right? So neighbors are like calling. People are freaking out. My sister like grabs us. She takes us to the neighbor's house because it was like burning the grass. It looked like it was going to hit the house next. And it was like getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you heard pop, 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 pop. And then a big explosion because the van had gas in it and it blew up. And then the barn was still burning. And we're crying because we were like, oh my God, we're in so much trouble. You know, we're like freaking out. Then the fire department came. The news came. We made the head newspaper. Like, it was bad. And I'm not making this up. You could look it up. If you can look up Xenia, Ohio Daily Gazette or newspaper or whatever. I don't know how far you would have. I don't know how far back you would have to go, but it made the local news and it made the newspaper. And me and my brother were right there because they took a picture of us too. I remember my dad was out of town, but I remember the whole block was filled with fire trucks. Trying to burn it, like trying to blow it out, or not blow it out, but put it out. We were so shook up because we didn't know if we were going to get a whooping. We didn't know what was going to happen to us. We were so scared because our mom because it was like a lot of work. Like, it had like we just got the barn, like the Christmas before that, set up because for whatever reason, our sheet would always have babies below zero temperature out there in the snow during a winter storm. Oh my God, I miss those winter blizzards. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I just love up north. That's just where I want to live. I don't want to be in Florida where it's boring and hot all the time. But anyways, so we just got the barn set up. And then what we found out later was our favorite Turkey Boo. We named her Turkey Boo. She was old. She had to be like, oh my God, she was a black, long, gray turkey. Her neck was gray, but she was so sweet. She was like a pet. She was just so sweet. She died in the fire. She was a roasted turkey. She was roasted. I hate saying it, but she was roasted, and I felt so bad. And then we lost one sheep in the fire too, that I guess came in to get something to drink and just couldn't get out. And then the car was basically totaled. It was a burnt wreck. The whole place just smelled like burnt metal, ugh. And I remember like everybody was there, like everybody. My best friend William came up and his brother was trying to make sure we're okay. I remember my mom was just very emotional. She wasn't angry. I think she was just very emotional, and she was never really angry. And then when my dad came home like the next day, you know, he came home late at night, so he couldn't even really see the barn because in Ohio, when it's dark, it's dark. You can't even see your hand in front of your face. Like, it was dark, so he didn't really see anything when he drove up. And then I think the next day, I remember we walked the rubble. I remember walking the rubble of all the dirt, all the charred stuff, all the remains. Like, we walked a lot of. You could see the skeleton remains of the turkey and the sheep, and you could see the van's bones, basically, whatever you want to call them. Not bones, but like the frame of the car, because cars back then were hard metal, and we were shocked, like we were angry. So then it was so nice because I think I was like maybe I want to say 2 months later, maybe not even 2 months later, the neighborhood and the whole community came together to build us a new barn. Like, they built us such a new barn. It was so nice. It was so big. It just looked so pretty inside. Our old barn was kind of creepy to me because it was there when we bought the house. The old barn was kind of creepy to me. I never liked the old barn. The new barn was like pretty nice inside. I remember we all painted it red. We did paint it red. But everyone in the whole neighborhood, the whole community was like, "Oh, there goes Micah and Matthew, the barn burners. They burn down stuff. Be careful! Don't give them matches." Like, it was a whole inside joke for years. I hated that small town. I bet you if I go back now, they would say the same thing. I want to go back and do a video and show you guys where I grew up. I want to so bad. I might do one day. If I ever go to Ohio, I would definitely blog it and show you guys. But it was scary, guys. It was scary. We never got in trouble for it. My parents were like, when we saw the damage and we felt really bad for what happened, for the two animals losing their lives for no reason, for us being careless, and the van being ruined, they didn't think we needed to be punished. They were like, you guys learned your lesson. Don't play with matches. To this day, I don't play with matches at all. I can't really speak for my brother. But for me, I don't play with matches at all. But it was so embarrassing because people just looked at us weirdly. Like, a lot of parents, when we would go to play at friends' houses, they hide the matches, or if we went to go do something, they were always watching us like we were such bad kids. Like they just treated us differently. And then you got people like on my mom's side, well, because they're adopted, adopted people are really evil and they might have been trying to kill you. Like it was always something on her side. It was just like we were kids. I think he was like 5 and I had to be like 7 or 8. Like really? You think that's what we're thinking? Like we just stayed away from her side of the family. It was just like, but I don't know if I've ever told you guys that story. Yes, I was in arson. I burnt down a barn. Technically, no. Don't say that. No, I did not. I didn't burn down a barn. My brother lit the match, but I got looped into it because technically I did tell him to go do it. So nowadays that would be technically I would be accessory to the crime. So yeah, we probably both would have had it on our records if we lived in any other state. Well, I don't know if they would do that to it. Yeah, they do get kids. You do get juvie time. It don't matter what age you are. But yeah, I was like, I don't know if I've ever told you guys that story. Like, yeah, I don't play with matches. I got to tell you guys the egg story because I have a scar on my arm about the egg too. An egg exploding in my face. I have so many homeschool stories. Like, guys, if I did a childhood book, I feel like it would be a bestseller because it'd be hilarious. It'd be funny and it'd be hilarious. And I feel like people would laugh. And I feel like people would be like, dude, this kid is messed up. But I feel like people would just see how strong I am and how far I've come. Like, I don't know. Just sometimes I forget my journey and I'm just like, dude, but you're still here. You're still here. A lot of people with half the crap you would have been through would not still be here. They wouldn't be strong enough to still be here. There's no way. But yeah, I want to tell you guys that story. The new barn came. It was gorgeous. We were able to reset it up for the sheep that always come during the it was kind of like it was almost like a blessing in disguise because the new barn had more room where we could do like 10 stalls on each side. So we weren't overcrowding the sheep and then we could build it differently. And then our neighbor who had a tractor, he came and scraped out the inside of the barn to make it leveled because it wasn't really leveled when they built it. So they made it level and then we built up the sides of it and built a drainage and everything. And the barn is still standing to this day. And the house is too. I don't really have fun moments of the house, but that's a different reason, especially the side of the house. But anyways, I don't have fun memories here either, but anyways, I have a few. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to tell you guys that story. Don't play with matches, kids. It's not smart. Do not play with matches. Maybe I'll title the video this, Don't Play with Matches, Kids. It's not a good idea. It's not a good look, especially nowadays when arson is a real thing and it's not. It probably was back then, but in our small little town, it wasn't noticed that much. Even though like 2 weeks before we did you get to go on the fire truck and learn about the firefighters and all that stuff. We did that like 2 weeks before the fire. It was so weird. You would have never thought, but it happened and we're still alive to talk about it. And thank God we didn't get punished for it because I'm telling you, we probably would have not been able to sit down for days because they were really mad. I'm just telling you. All right, guys, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. I'll do a video. I'll be back on Saturday, and I'll do one Sunday. So I'm doing boom, boom, boom videos. All right, I love you guys. Bye-bye. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye.